Hey everyone, it's Meredith with the Axe Agency, and I have something incredibly special. This is kind of a continuation of some of my interviews, but today I thought it'd be particularly fun to have lunch with Elvis Scott Bruce.
Hi Meredith.
Hey,
Happy Elvis's birthday to you.
Yes. Today, if Elvis, the real Elvis from years past, he were here today, the king of rock and roll, he would be with a big birthday cake and all kinds of hoopla going on today.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. But I'm fortunate enough that Scott is in the middle of actually a month-long tour. He's got about a little more than a week here in Florida and then heads up to the Northeast. But I thought I really wanted to get a little bit serious for a moment because a lot of times, get very serious. Here we go, Scott. So because believe it or not, some of you who are watching this might realize that not everybody takes an Elvis show seriously.
Yes,
right?
that is absolutely true. And you know, Elvis somewhere along the line, and I don't know how it happened, kind of evolved into a caricature. Of course, he was a brilliant artist, brilliant entertainer, but somewhere along the lines, the white jumpsuit, the sunglasses, it turned into something, easy that people that easily satirize. So what we do is we celebrate Elvis musically. We shift the focus back to why Elvis was so cool in the first place and historically important. And so our big challenge, of course, is quite often that, when we say, we do an Elvis show, quite often someone will give them, oh, thank you very much. And that, I don't blame people for doing that. That's just how that is. But, for us, it's about the quality of the music, the authenticity. We want people to go on a journey with us, and to hopefully we give people an opportunity to experience maybe what it would have been like to really have seen this.
Right. And one thing that I felt really, really important to share with all of you who are watching is that this is a show that has been on my roster for the longest. I have worked with these guys for more than 20 years. And as most of you know, I really pride myself on my roster for having the highest quality. So there are opera artists, there are classical. So I wanted to share what to me makes this show so special that I would stand so solidly behind it.
Thank you. That means a lot to us.
Yep.
And I can't use the words quality and authenticity often enough, because that's really what we care about. And also making a connection with the audiences and building something. We have a lot of venues that have us back each year. There's, people love Elvis, and there's no such thing as overkill, it would seem. And so it's really neat that we have these venues that bring us back year after year. And by the way, when Meredith says "you guys," she's also referring to Mike Albert, who is the co-headliner of our show. I do the first half of the show. I come out and celebrate the earlier part of Elvis's career, and then Mike comes out in the non-parody, but in the very cool Vegas era with the big sound and all the glitz and everything that was happening with Elvis during the Las Vegas years. And so between us, we span Elvis's musical career. We get all the hits in and just all the great songs.
Absolutely. So would it be okay if I share how this all evolved 23 years ago?
I'd like to hear it.
Yes. So back in the day, I approached a presenter at the State Theater, Shelley Brown, an amazing series that I was so anxious as a new agent to book something with her, to work with her. To make a long story short, she said, well, there's really nothing on your particular roster right now, but what I'd really love is an Elvis show. Now, I confess, I myself was a little bit snooty at that point, and I thought, Elvis
Right.
show.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It conjures up images
yes.
that
Oh
aren't
yes.
stop.
The images were not pretty. So, however, because I so intensely wanted to work with her, and back in the day there were VCRs and videotapes. So I went through tons and tons of videotapes of all these various Elvi, I like to call them,
Yes,
female ones, Japanese ones, you name it. And lo and behold, I because we decided we were looking for the concept ultimately that we wanted it to be genuine. We wanted it to be reverent. We wanted it to be something that, again, was not a hokey caricature, but something that would really give someone the authentic experience of why the king was the king.
What? Yeah. Why he
had such impact.
Yes.
And he did. I mean, his music has impacted generations and
Absolutely.
really changed the face of music at the time.
No question about it. And that is important to look at Elvis from a historic standpoint. What happened with Elvis musically, that was brand new. That was the birth of rock and roll.
Right.
And you know, he had his influences. And that, you know, rock and roll is a kind of a combination of country music, rhythm and blues, gospel. That's what those guys were listening to.
Right.
And it's really neat how the way music evolves. When young people saw Elvis on the Ed Sullivan Show, everybody wanted to play guitar, including John Lennon.
Right.
And of course, we know how the Beatles, John Lennon said, if there were no Elvis, there would be no Beatles.
Right.
Elvis influenced the Beatles, and of course, the Beatles went on to influence generations. But it's always important to consider that all roads lead back to the king, and that's why we're
absolutely here. And the neat thing is that this is a show that remains relevant today. It is the only show on my roster that I have. There are probably 10, 15, maybe more venues who have been consistently selling high numbers and booking it every single solitary year. Rupert Hall, where you just played, and at the Shelley Brown State Theater that I mentioned, her first show was 23 years ago. So it's a powerful show that really brings out people who are very familiar and really saw Elvis. And I've heard people out in the foyer say to both you and Mike, never since I saw Elvis himself did I get those chills. Did I see that? And it's powerful to see the impact that you have, not only on the people who've seen Elvis, but people who never got to experience Elvis, and now who have an appreciation for why he was such a legend.
Absolutely. And of course, I also can't say it enough how respectfully we approach Elvis's show. It is a true tribute because we admire Elvis. But it's really neat to celebrate this music with people who are fans just like us. So we all love this music and we celebrate together. But it is neat too that yes, we have people at our shows who are there when Elvis appeared for the first time. But very few artists in popular music have a multi-generational appeal. Great-grandparents, their kids, the great-grandchildren,
see them on the stage.
4-year-olds to 94-year-olds celebrate this music together as a family.
Right.
And of course, those adults were playing those records for their kids, and that's another part about what we love about this show is that the songs were recorded well over 50 years ago, but they're relevant, they're catchy, and they're just as good as they were
Absolutely. And I want to share something along the lines of historical and authenticity. One of my favorite bookings was actually not the package. It wasn't the birthday bash or the Love Me Tender Valentine bash. It was actually Scott by himself with the Library of Congress. So when the, oh my gosh. So the Library of Congress was doing a special exhibition about Elvis about when Elvis was 25. It's Elvis 21, and so out of all the Elvis actors in the world and performers, they selected Scott to personify and embody, and the rave reviews. It was really incredible, but that's not the only. I mean, Scott, for how many years have you been? I mean, Scott is like the top of the bar for the young
well,
Elvis.
thanks. I'm grateful.
Yes.
I'm glad that I get to do what I do. I love my job.
Yes. Yes.
But I'm grateful for the opportunities that have come along, the opportunities to have seen the world, the opportunity to work with you. And yes, the Library of Congress thing was really, really special.
Yes.
We all just we had goosebumps the whole time, not only because we were so honored to be there, but because we were so honored to, represent Elvis and be a part of this.
And that's another thing that has been so fun about working with you and working the show as a package is that, of course, a lot of the larger performing arts centers love the concept of the bash, whether it be the birthday bash that is in January celebrating Elvis's birthday, or I mentioned Love Me Tender, which of course is still the whole collection of hits. And of course, Elvis had so many hits. There's no way that you could do them all in just one show, one evening. So
we try to get them in.
I know you do. You do great. Like what are the most highly requested hits that you guys normally do?
The big hits like that I do: Blue Suede Shoes, All Shook Up, Hound Dog, Jailhouse Rock, Teddy Bear.
Yes.
Well, Elvis had, according to the Billboard, the American Billboard charts, Elvis had 18, a total of 18 number one records, and I think the other songs in the top 10. That's I think he had 40 of those.
Right.
And so it is hard to get them all in, and we do mix and match when we return the different venues. But Elvis really left behind a wealth of work. He recorded more than 700 songs during his career, and that's between 1954 and 1977. That's 23 years. That is he managed also to make 33 movies during a 10-year period, a body of work, and so we have lots to draw from.
Yes.
And we also sneak into songs that are lesser known, but not any less cool.
Exactly.
They might not be the big hits, but they're also great songs. So we, just try to.
Yeah, and that's been one thing that has been super fun, even for my own creative side, is that over the years we've really played with some really cool concepts. So, for example, and Scott, of course, has all these amazing costume changes and possibilities. So not only do we have the bash where it's both Scott and Mike, but of course Scott has this rocking band that we can, for example, Elvis in the movies. So we can get it really specific, or we can focus in on like the Valentines and stuff. So it makes it just so modular. We can have so much fun. And what also can be really exciting, for example, if sometimes we have either corporate clients or venues that are actually celebrating a specific year. Maybe they either had Elvis actually in the building at one point, and so they're celebrating an anniversary, or their building was dedicated and launched in a year that wouldn't have meaning for Elvis, and so you're able to wrap that all into one show.
Absolutely, yes. There are so many elements that you can bring into that, and it is really neat to play in buildings or help, stand on the same stage. But yes, and even other themes we can come up with, like Mother's Day.
Right.
That's all right, Mom.
Right. Right.
We even did a Halloween show.
Right, we did a Halloween one in California. That was awesome.
Devil in Disguise.
Yes, that was awesome.
And of course Christmas and
right. Blue Suede Christmas. Woo-hoo. Yes. So over the years, we have just had so much fun. And here I was sitting here with Scott on Elvis's birthday, and we were talking
That's pretty
about
neat.
Yeah. And we were thinking and just reminiscing about how there've been a lot of pressure to bring in smoke and mirrors or to add some flash that sometimes people would associate. And through the years, we've always said, no, we don't want to do that because that's not genuinely the way Elvis played it.
Right. The music, first and foremost, always.
Yes.
I would never want to be critical of, it's always great to have all these different elements that just overload the senses, but sometimes when you have buzzers and whistles, it almost detracts from what we care most about. Being music, the music.
Right. And I feel like, for example, when you and Mike have the show together, often, providing that the venue has the capability, at the very end, the American flag will take over the back. And because the whole show hasn't been so cluttered with all the bells and whistles, and both guys finally come on stage, it's such a powerful moment. And so it's just a really powerful show that I never in a million years, it took me, I don't know, 3 or 4 years, even though it was selling out at the State Theater, it took me 3 or 4 years to be brave enough to say to presenters who at that time were not doing tribute shows, maybe the Beatles, I have an Elvis show, because I thought that it would make them look at me less seriously. Now these presenters have been on board for more than a decade. It's amazing. So I wanted you to meet Scott and have the opportunity to really see the man, the incredible artist and performer behind the scenes.
Well, thanks.
Yes, and to learn a little bit more about the show, so that if you're looking for something really special, whether it be in January, celebrating Elvis's birthday, or maybe something really cool for Valentine's Day, or Halloween, or any time, just a movie, Elvis in the movies. I do hope that you'll take a look at Scott and his show, or the Elvis Bash. We'd love to work with you. Reach out to me at meredith@theaxeagency.com. If you have any questions, we will totally help you out with that.
And we will look forward to bringing our show to you.
Absolutely. So thank you for spending lunch with Elvis today in Tampa, Florida, and celebrating the birthday of the King.
Long live the King.
Long live the King. All right. So we're going to leave the building right now. So bye, everybody. Bye.